All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Potential Project. I'm your host, Sean Calhoun, and I always like to start off by saying thank you and how grateful I am for you spending your time here with me, trying to learn, trying to get better, trying to pursue our potential. So if you've been liking the episodes, if you've learned anything, please, all I ask is that you share this with one friend. Text it to them, share it on social media, mention it in conversation if you feel like they will too benefit from these episodes or any of the stuff that I am putting out there or any of the guests that I have had on. Today, I want to talk about a topic that gets talked about a lot, and it's affecting our health more than maybe you think about, and that is stress, and specifically cortisol, the hormone that is our stress hormone, right? I want to break down a couple of the ways that you might be experiencing stress that you're not thinking about. Now, when we're talking about stress, we're talking about a response that's natural to the body. It is good for us, but in acute, small bursts, right? We have stress hormones, and you always hear people relate it back to, when there was dinosaurs or whatever, there's a saber-toothed tiger and you have to sprint for your life and save yourself. That's a cool analogy, but it happens when someone cuts you off in traffic. It happens when you get into an argument with your spouse. You feel that adrenaline, you feel that cortisol, that rush of stress that comes to our body. And it is meant to be used in short bursts and short periods, right? The issue that we're having is that a lot of people are experiencing chronic stress. So, stress that is ongoing for long periods of time, right? And it might not be something as harsh as someone cuts you off in traffic or you just rear-ended someone. Like you feel that jolt, you feel that burst of energy through your body. It's like pins and needles. Well, that's like immediate stress right there. You're not necessarily feeling that all the time, but what you are experiencing is a heightened sense of awareness. You're not allowing yourself to be in rest and digest and calm down, which is where a lot of magical things happen, believe it or not. But it's not so heightened like a car crash, so you're not thinking about it. And we get stuck in our ways of feeling like this so much that we just feel like that's the norm. And you talk to some people and you ask them if they've ever meditated or done any breathing exercises. And then when they do, they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how tense I was at all times. Even myself, I find myself, sitting on the couch, catching my breath, or, sitting out on the back deck to get some fresh air. And when you really target some belly breaths and calm your nervous system down, you don't think you're tense, but you probably are. So today, what I want to talk about is a couple ways in which we are keeping ourselves in a state of chronic stress and ways to be aware of it, and just some things that you can do to change up the flow of what you're doing, right? So first, I want to talk about exposing yourself to artificial blue light. And I'm not just talking about at nighttime, I'm talking about all day. Currently, right now, I'm looking at this screen. I have a ring light behind the screen. Like that is artificial blue light. That is not affecting me in a positive way, right? Think about it. We're on our phones all day long. Some of us might work on a computer, so we're on that screen all day long. And we're addicted to a lot of this stuff, right? We're addicted to the social media outlets, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook. You're constantly scrolling, looking for that dopamine hit. Some of us are addicted to TV shows, so we're watching that screen a lot. Or, like I said, you work on a computer and you're just on that screen. Now, you've seen the people with the blue blocker glasses, and if you don't want that to be you, right? If you're not trying to sit there with glasses on all day long, there's other things that we can do. But I want to explain this, right? So the blue light, it increases your cortisol levels, which I explained is your stress hormone. So if it gets raised up a little bit throughout the course of 8, 10, 12 hours a day, that's going to make you feel more stressed, feel more anxious, and have more anxiety just naturally without you even thinking about it, just because of that artificial light. Then on top of it, you're scrolling on social media and you're comparing yourself to someone who's maybe got something that you wish you had, so that causes stress, or you're watching the news and the election is causing you to be stressed. So like the things that you're watching on these screens, it's like a double whammy, and that's causing you more stress, more anxiety, and it's just a compound effect of this chronic stress that we're on. So some things that you can do for the light is you can turn off your notifications. So you're not checking your phone every single time something happens on the internet. So you're on your phone less. You can dim your screen, or you can you can get an app where it goes on basically like night mode. So everything is in like a yellowish tone or a hue. So it doesn't affect you the same way. It's not that blue light. And um, at nighttime, set yourself some boundaries, right? Like if you go to bed at a certain time, an hour beforehand, can you just not be on your phone? Right? Like if you go to bed at 10 p.m., 9 p.m., that's your off time. You don't have to physically turn off your phone if you need it for emergencies. But man, turn it off, put it on do not disturb, go relax, go read a book, go spend time with your family, like turn the phone off. And that's what I would do, right? So the reason why this is a problem is because it's not only affecting us during the day, it's affecting us at nighttime. So your body wants to go to sleep and wake up with the sun, right? So it's called your circadian rhythm. So at nighttime, when the sun starts to go down and there's those yellowish orange hues in the sky from the sun, your body starts to release melatonin. So that by the time it's ready to go to sleep, you fall into a deep sleep and you get restorative sleep. Well, if you're sitting in a bright lit room or staring at a screen that has those blue lights, it's not allowing your body to release melatonin, which means it's not going to go to sleep or fall into a deep sleep when you want it to. So if your bedtime's at 10 and you're on the screen with bright lights all the way up until 10, well, then your body didn't have that time to wind down, release melatonin, and fall into a slumber, right? No wonder we're tossing and turning, or no wonder we're waking up and we're not feeling replenished, right? So that's a huge one. Now, the next thing is eating foods you're sensitive to. Now, this one, it goes a little bit deeper. It's not so easy to pinpoint, right? But foods literally make up everything about who we are and what we are. So if you're being intuitive with when you're eating, you're paying attention to what's going on, then you can help yourself with this. So if you are eating things that are giving you indigestion, that are giving you upset stomach, I sound like a Pepto-Bismol commercial, right? Upset stomach, diarrhea, indigestion, whatever else they say. But if those things are happening, your body is not agreeing with it, right? If you're getting constipated, if you're getting diarrhea, if you're getting a rash, if you're having any type of reaction to the food that doesn't feel good, that is causing stress on your body because your body needs to go and fix that problem, right? And it also is stopping the digestion and the system to process your food from flowing naturally as well. So you just need to start being more intuitive when you're eating, right? So eat slower, be aware of what's on your plate. What did you cook? What did you order from the restaurant? Chew slowly and see how your stomach reacts. Then you'll know maybe 30 minutes, an hour later, that night. If you're experiencing anything, you know it could be from, hey, I ate broccoli and I had some stomach pains. Okay. You make a mental note or you jot that down the next time you eat it. Does it happen again? If so, then maybe we avoid broccoli or we take further steps to go get tested on food sensitivities to know which foods react with our body and which ones we should be eating and staying away from. So the more you can eat and be in a calm state, being mindful of what you're eating and not having an adverse effect of those foods, that's less stress on your body. Then we have your skincare products. Now, all of these, mind you, we could do an entire episode on, and I could have a professional come on as well and give us more data. But I'm just trying to give you a ballpark understanding of some things that might be causing you chronic stress and what you can do about it. Because stress is the leading cause of disease, it is the leading cause of all illness. It is the worst thing that can happen to your body. Like, you've heard people say stress is worse than cigarettes and all that. It is. Stress is the worst thing. It causes inflammation in the body, and it is so harmful to our health and our well-being. But back to what I was saying. These are just a few tips. We're not going deep in the weeds, but I will in the future get some professionals on here, get more data, and show you guys, hey, this is how important it is to be at a stress-free, not stress-free, a lower stressed state. So we're not in chronic stress. So 3 is your skincare products, right? If you were to flip around the bottle of your shampoo or your sunscreen or your 5-step, skincare routine that you do at nighttime, chances are there's some heavy metals in there, there's some chemicals, and there's some fragrances that are in these lotions, creams, ointments, you name it, right? Unless you're in this field and you're really aware of it, right? If you're just buying anything off the shelf at Target or something, it's probably got some of those things. So what that does is you're putting literal toxins on your face, on your skin, and your skin absorbs that stuff. Your skin is your biggest organ. Your skin absorbs it, sends it into your body. Your body has to process that, right? If it is a toxin, if it's a heavy metal, if it is a fragrance and a chemical, your body doesn't want it in there. So now it's got to process it through the liver and through all of your other organs to flush it out, which causes stress on your body. Your body wants to flow freely. It does not want to be overworking, trying to get these chemicals out of there, getting all clogged up and out of whack. So I'm telling you, think about this. You wash your hair, then you scrub your face, then you're putting on body wash or soap, then you get out, you apply lotion, you're putting on makeup. Like we're constantly bombarded by skincare products. So what I'm saying is not to never wear makeup again, or you shouldn't, shower with just hot water. Like, yes, you should use soap, you should clean yourself, you should beautify yourself, you should take care of your skin and hydrate it. But there's a way to do it. Now, what I would say is seek out a professional. If you listen to one of my other episodes, I had on Tina Lawler, who's a skincare professional. She's someone who could guide you in the right direction on what choices to make when you're choosing those skincare products. You can do some of your own research, looking up on Google and YouTube. But I would suggest seeking out a professional. This way they can guide you in the right direction, because there's a lot of misinformation on the internet. But just be mindful. Flip the bottles around before you purchase them. There's an app called Yuka or Yuka, Yuka, and it scans the products and it'll show you, hey, there's some things to be alarmed for right here. There's some metals, there's some toxins. Let's stay away from this product. So there's things that you can do to make a step in the right direction for all of the products that you're rubbing in your skin on a daily basis. It's not even like it's a once in a while thing, right? And what else happens is if you think about it, right, you're putting toxins in your body, you're clogging up your pores, you are messing up the natural process of the oils and the hydration getting to your skin, which is causing it to be worse skin in the long run anyway. So you're buying this skincare product that you want to make your skin better, but it's actually having an adverse effect for your skin in the long run, and it's raising your stress levels. So that's another one. And guys, I want to pause here to reflect and to understand that a lot of people come to me and they talk about weight loss, right? Specifically women. If there's a hormonal imbalance like high cortisol, it's gonna hold that 15, 20 pounds on your body. Your body's not going to be able to naturally balance itself and do what it needs to do to get rid of that excess weight if these things are happening. So it's not just affecting how you feel being anxious or whatever. It's affecting a lot of things. It's affecting your health. It's affecting your weight loss. It's affecting your mood. It's affecting your libido. There's so many things going on that can be fixed, essentially, that you can feel good with a few of these tweaks. So keeping right along, we have one more tip, and I hope you guys are writing these things down so that you can start implementing them in your life. But the last one is over exercise, right? Exercise is a form of stress on the body. You are exerting your energy, you are pushing through, you're using your muscles, you are getting your heart rate up. That is stress on the body. Now, that is good stress, right? It's not the stress of someone torturing you or being in like questioned by a lawyer or something like that. It's good stress. Exercise is good for the body, but without extremes. So if you're someone who deals with these imbalances and high cortisol levels, and you are going hard every day, like pushing yourself to limits with how you're working out, that's causing an excess amount of stress on your body, and again is having an adverse effect on your goal, right? Like I said about the skincare products. If your goal is to have clear, beautiful, hydrated skin and you're putting chemicals on it, well, it's defeating the whole purpose. And if your goal is to burn fat, tone up, build some muscle, and you're putting so much stress on your body that your body can never recover and the stress can never balance out, the cortisol levels can never deplete and get to a healthy, stable level, the weight isn't going to come off. So, what do we do about that? We monitor ourselves, we feel our body, right? We're not just robots out there, especially women. If you are dealing with your cycle, if you are perimenopausal, menopause, any type of the menopausal stages have their own symptoms. We have our energy, right? We wake up in the morning and we feel a certain way. Well, guess what? We have to listen to that. So maybe we need to go for a walk. Maybe we need to do some stretching. Maybe we need to do some low intensity strength training, right? There is a time and place for HIIT, for running, if that's what you want to do. But if you're running every single day, nonstop, and you're not losing weight, this could be a red flag. It could be that your cortisol is too high and you're not allowing yourself to balance itself out. So, like I said, I feel like I could do an entire episode, have some professionals on to speak on every one of these topics in grave detail. But I hope that this episode just can give you some enlightenment. Maybe you took a note, maybe you remembered some of the things, maybe there was a light bulb that went off because something stood out specifically to your lifestyle, and that you can make the change. Because the reality is, with your health, with your fitness, in this realm of feeling your best and living optimally, there's no quick fix, right? We need to be able to make conscious decisions to change our lifestyle choices, to surround ourselves with people who want to live the same way, who want to think the same way, and to better yourself. And it's going to take time, right? Maybe you start by just putting your phone down an hour before bed. And that's something that you can manage right now. You don't need to do all 20 things, you do one. And then a month later, a couple months later, you start to implement more. And then you become this person, right? So I'm not asking you to go cold turkey on anything or do anything in extreme, but I am asking you to make the commitment that every day, every week, every month, we're trying to get a little bit better so that you can look back in a year, 5 years, 10 years, and say, damn, look how far I've come. I'm so much happier, so much healthier. My life has improved in tremendous ways, and it all came from these little things that you stacked on top of one another. So thank you guys for spending your time with me. Until next week, I hope you go crush it, go win the days, and be your best. I will see you guys next time.